just because they heard it pays. And who the fuck wants to be poor knowing that's how we've been raised? Society is getting heavy, I can feel the weight. The pressure of success is like 100 million pounds of shit.
So Jenny Ma want to submit to her man. And there's some women out here got a problem with that. Then they wonder why they manless. So Jenny Ma said, listen here, she want to be the one who is submissive when she gets home, okay? She don't want to have all the lead and everything. And I can understand that as a woman because it does compromise your femininity at times, being so strong all the time. You want to be able to release.
I want to submit to my man. Let me explain. When I hear this definition, like you just said, Adrian, submitting has a negative connotation. It means that you are less important, you are lower than that person that you're submitting to. It usually can be like, you know, referenced as somebody who works lower than you, and that's not what I'm referring to here. Yeah, but what I've really learned in my life for my definition of marriage, I'm not saying what I want works for everybody, I'm saying for me, I'm a very dominant woman. I own my business, I lead my teams, I played my own manager, my own publicist, my own lawyer when I didn't have money to have those people. So I make the decisions in my life. When I come home, I like the idea that my man leads us. That doesn't mean that in this case, Jay makes all the decisions for us. That doesn't mean that when he says, how are we spending our money or where are we moving, that I just say, yes, sir, or yes, your honor. Like, it's not that. It's a, you know what? I think that we would do best here. I want to do this. And he takes the decision, he formulates it with our overall vision, and he leads us. And I like to submit to that. I don't want to lead in our household and in our marriage. I want him to lead, and I have all the essence of what I bring as a wife to make that decision, but that I love that my husband will be the man that leads. I like that structure in a marriage, and I look forward to that because girls, it's tiring being the boss of me. It's tiring leading all the time in my life.
All the time.
It's
tired to be the boss of all the time.
I grew up in a household, my mom she has a very strong force, and she took over a lot of decisions in the household to the point that my dad, unless it was always going to be a fight, he was like, you know what? Go ahead. Whatever you want to decide, go ahead. And I'm just going to do me. And that causes a wedge. And I can have that tendency. I'm just saying for me, I can have that tendency to follow like my mom because it's what I grew up in and I saw it. And I saw in my living space, I would all of a sudden just wake up and go and make decisions without asking and checking in. So I am the fault that can cause the inequality because I am pulling in my habits from my old household to how I run my business today. And that is not okay. And I'm careful and aware of that today. So I'm just telling that to anybody else who didn't tell me that when I could have learned that before.
There these goddamn butterflies is flicking all over my motherfucking head everywhere. Jenny Ma, I get what you're saying. I do. I get what you're saying. When you come home, especially when you come home to that Mandingo, you want his ass to be dictating your ass because you are a strong woman, strong personality. I get all that shit. God knows I do. My butterflies in my motherfucking head and all. I get it. But I got a question for your ass. Because see, since you've been with Jeezy and now he's Jay, that's so cute. Are you gonna have a baby for Jeezy? Because see, you ain't want to have no baby. You was real motherfucking adamant about not having a baby with that first husband. I want to know if you're gonna let Jeezy put one up in. Ever since you've been dating him, you know, and I mean, you was loud and obnoxious before, but the black thing is just getting too strong here lately. Is it just me? I'm not fucking tripping.